Hey, it's Jane from Your Weight Loss. Hi, everyone. Hello, Alicia.
Well, hello, beautiful friend.
So before we hit record, everyone, we were just, I don't know, on cloud nine talking about Choose You. This is literally happening in 6 days from today or this Saturday. The fact that we can say that, Leash.
It's nuts. It just like snuck up on us.
It really did, because like obviously we're promoting Back to Essentials, our fall promotion at Your Weight Loss, and then it's like, but we have a show going on. But the work is being done in the behind the scenes, and surprises are being created.
I
Yeah,
mean, Neil's outfit is in the mail. I just ordered cold for him, eh? I sent him a text to choose and he didn't answer me in time. So I just ordered him one. So he does not know what's coming.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh my God.
No.
I love how he is just go with the flow. And Jeff is literally the opposite, everyone. We still don't know if he's gonna like do this for us. He is going to be there. So if you want to see Jeff, he is going to be there. He's going to look gorgeous, like he's gonna do his thing, but he is just such a douche when it comes to like, he like doesn't understand what we're doing.
I know you would think that watching the show last time, being in the room, he got it. He got the vibe. But
He still
yeah.
like he doesn't he thinks we're so lame, which is so like he says that like he's just like, oh, it's so, I'm like, okay, then you're gonna do this like so lame. I'm like, Jeff Cormier, everyone thinks, I said it's lame for people like you, and people like you aren't in the crowd. It's people like us, and these people do not think it's lame, so shut the fuck up and do this for us. And he's just like I know my limits. So sometimes Alicia texts me, you guys, and she's like, so like, how worried are we? I'm like, you just need to give me time. I need to like have the right moment. Basically, I need to have sex with him and then talk about it. So that's step one.
I was thinking blowjob. I was thinking it needed
Blowjob.
to be blowjob.
I mean, for sure. So blowjob and then talk about Choose You and what he needs to do. And even just doing like a podcast. So Thursday's podcast, you guys, will be with the boys. So
OMG.
I know. So I don't know if they're like, he's like, I'm like, oh my God, just sit there and just like, what is wrong with you? He just like doesn't like the spotlight. Like, it's like, so I'm so grateful for Neil.
I know. Yeah. Neil is like a spotlight slut. Like the man, like I'm thinking back to when Kat and at that moment that Kat grabbed my phone and the Neil's first thing is to show his nipple. I was just like, you got this. Like you were made for this.
Like the fact that he did that, it was like too
I
much. And
know.
like the
Yeah.
showing his nipple, like he thought of that on his own, like to
On
be
his own.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he could show his nipple when they come out. Like that could be part of the surprise. Like, I mean, okay, this is what you need to, okay. I think we need to wine and dine Neil. And
Okay.
you need to tell him, and he's gonna love this. You need to tell him that because Jeff is being difficult, he needs to step it up. He will need to step it up. I think he'll love it. Like, can he take off his clothes? Can he, can he like, have fun with the crowd a little bit? And Jeff is just there. Like Jeff is just standing and he goes with it. Like whatever Jeff feels. We also need to put alcohol in Jeff's body.
That sounds like a job for me.
Yes.
We got this. We got this. It's a Saturday, right? Last one was a Friday and he was like at work. Remember?
Until
Like,
4 p.m., 4:30.
yeah.
I think he arrived late. So we start day drinking in the hotel. We take shots. I'll take shots. This is a fun night.
I don't think they're ready for this night. I don't think they're ready for like your like role as well, which we can't say out loud because like there's things that are secrets are starting to seep out. Like maybe Neil's gonna show his nipple. Now they know. There's other secrets.
Okay.
We need to keep them inside, okay?
Oh, it's hard for me to keep them inside. I want
But
to
you're
tell
right.
them.
You're right though. Few shots is a good plan. I know that Jeff's got this. We'll find a way to do it his way. I actually worry about giving full reign to Neil that he's gonna like get us like canceled, like that he's gonna like say something or do something that's like
Oh,
mm,
mm,
loose
I
cannon.
see. he is a loose cannon. I think that we can be like, we can give him not advice, but ooh, you could do this, you know? I think we got this. They got this. I'm not like, Jeff would never like not come. Like, he's like that's not the extent of it. He like can't relax. He's such a like proper, and like, I'm totally like authenticity. Let's just do our thing. And he struggles with like, he would never, the things that I say on the internet, sometimes he's like, did you really just do that or show yourself in that sense? And I'm like, buddy, that's what the people want.
The
He's
people
like,
want, the people want it.
my people want it.
Yeah.
Not his
Definitely
people.
your place on the internet and Jeff's are very different places.
Okay. So
okay.
how
I am
are
excited.
you?
Wait. I'm just so excited. I'm excited about our podcast. I'm excited to spend the night with you, like the whole day with you. I love that day because it's like, it's just about choose you. You know what I mean? I'm not doing any other task. I'm not a mother. Like, I'm with you and we are doing choose you. That's one thing I love most about that day. Anyways, obviously we're excited. Guys, there's a few tickets left at the Capitol. But also, if you want to just watch it virtually, you can purchase the virtual ticket and you can watch up until October 1st. So you don't have to watch it that night, but you obviously can watch it live or you can watch the recording.
Yeah. No, I think that people understanding that it's literally like anything, it's like nothing else you've ever watched on television, like in terms of like the production and like, you know, when you really think about it, usually if you have a concert, it's not live. So you can't buy a virtual ticket to a concert. You can't buy a virtual ticket to a show. You have to be there. We like to offer it virtually because we have a lot of followers that are not from around. And so that's our way. It's like our way to tour. We can't tour, like we're not big enough to tour like Cat and Nat, but we can show you virtually as we are in Moncton. Maybe one day we will be. But for us, it's our way to be able to show the love everywhere in the world. So please, please, please support us, support you, do your thing. You do not want to miss the surprises that are coming. Like, this is a show. It's good. And there's a game. Like, guys, you guys need to do this. You need to be a part of it. Okay.
We're moving on, or else she's going to tell you everything. She'll be like, these are the questions. This is how the game's going to work.
I can't even I just want to say what the title is. I also would love to show the what it looks like. It might be one of our ways to obviously help sell tickets so people see how amazing it's going to be, but they just have to trust. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. All right, everyone. So we're just out of the trenches of the kids going back to school. Our kids are rocking it, right, Leash? They're happy.
Kids are rocking it. They're happy. Love school. Yeah. Everyone had a good day yesterday. Check. Let's do this.
Check.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. But you know what? We thought we would spend some time this month talking about diet behaviors so that we can almost, not triggers, not the right word, but create awareness exactly of your behaviors. Like maybe you are starting some sort of a calorie deficit journey right now because it is September. So it is a calorie deficit time, a friendlier calorie deficit time. We just want to make sure you're not dieting, you guys.
And just even having this conversation that you can lose weight without being on a diet. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that people are like, well, you know, what do you mean? Well, I think after this month of the podcast, we're just going with this theme, guys, to highlight specific behaviors that we've identified that are behaviors of someone that is on a diet. So I define someone on a diet as someone who is most of their decisions are based around weight loss.
Right.
And that is not how we teach our members to live their life. Their behaviors around learning, showing up authentically, creating happiness for themselves. Like those are the behaviors that we are encouraging. Some of those behaviors will result in weight loss because they deserve to want to live their life in a smaller body if they so choose. But it's just not, the whole purpose isn't weight loss. So that's really the difference between being on a diet and being a Your Way weight loss member.
Absolutely. I love that. So the one we want to talk about today is saying no to things. Or yes to things just for the sole purpose because you want weight loss. So I think it's important that when you make certain decisions, choices, right? Everything's a choice, that you recognize why you're making that choice and you kind of go almost behind the scenes. Like that's what Your Weight Loss does. We go behind the scenes of any behavior you're doing. So when someone's like, you know, I I binge eat, or I, overeat at night, or during the weekends, I have scarcity mindset around food and I just consume all the things. It's important we go kind of like in the back end of why this is happening. Instead of attacking the binging, we need to start looking into what is prior to that episode. What are your thoughts? And what is leading to that choice of that behavior?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So do you feel like you are saying no to things because you want weight loss? And maybe you're like, well, yeah, that's how weight loss works. What do we say, Leash, to like, what's the difference? What's the language we'd like for them to use?
It's important to discuss, because like sometimes I do say no. And we also don't want to paint this picture that to create a calorie deficit in your life, it's rainbows and butterflies and you never have to say no to anything. Like there are, I mean, this is maybe a dramatic word, but there are sacrifices, there are changes. It doesn't mean you have to say no to everything. It doesn't mean you have to feel hungry and deprived, but probably you do need to say no to some things. So I think it's just go.
I think I have something here. I think it's when you say no and it's the attitude and the tone and the feeling that it gives you. When you're doing something because you truly want to, or you don't do something because you truly don't want to, there's that inner peace almost of like, no, thank you. I don't want the fudge. So let's go with fudge. Someone offers you fudge. Okay. If you're like, nah, can't have fudge, getting weight on Saturday.
On a diet.
On a diet, can't eat fudge. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. There's a difference between that ultimately you said no to fudge. But then there's also the like, no, thank you. And in your mind, it's just like, first of all, I'm not hungry. Second of all, fudge is just not something I want right now. No, thank you. I don't want a third piece of fudge because I don't want to be the person that eats 3 pieces of fudge, because I definitely do not need 3 pieces of fudge. So I feel like that is more, there's a difference, but how you say no and why you're saying no.
I also see a difference behind when I say no to something. So let's say last night I cooked my family ribs and I had not looked at the nutritional information, whatever, but I've never cooked it before for them. So I looked and I'm like, holy moly, like one rib is like 100 calories. It's like this small, like tiny, 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 right? Very calorie dense. I said no. No one was asking me. I was, Alicia, do you want ribs? No, thank you, Alicia. But I said no because I wanted to say no. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes I say no to things, but I want to say no because I also wanted to create a calorie deficit yesterday. So sometimes I am always choosing what I want. And people ask this often about like going out to a restaurant. Do you always choose what you want? Yes. But sometimes what I want is saying no to fries. Sometimes what I want is a poutine with a burger, but it's always what I want. But what I want is more than just what food do I want to put in my mouth in that exact moment.
So let's talk about saying no. It's like right now we're talking about food specifically, but for me, it's also events. Saying no to, saying no to go to a friend's house. Why are you saying no? Like, no, I shouldn't go. If I go tonight and tomorrow's my weighing day, I'm going to eat all of the things, blah, 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 blah. That is something that you need to go deeper in. Like, is there a way that I can go to my friend's house because that is the person I want to be? I want to go to this event. So let's talk about events and not just food.
And that's something that almost like breaks my heart a little bit. And I think because I lived so much of my life with that noise of events, and there's so many pieces to that, because the thought that creating calorie deficit and any event that they can't coexist is actually false. So that's like right off the bat. Like I don't just like arrive at my friend's house and 2 pounds end up on my ass. Like going to any event and calorie deficit or calorie surplus or calorie maintenance can coexist. It's your choice, right? That needs to be said.
Absolutely. And it's like when the town of Shidyak asked me to collaborate with the lobster rolls, I'm never going to end this, but I know that eating lobster rolls can coexist with a calorie deficit, a calorie surplus, a calorie maintenance. Like, so because of the knowledge I have as well, but I could have been like, shit, I'm not going to go eat 10, at 10 different restaurants in 14 days. I'm going to gain so much weight. And like, basically, but shit, I wish I could say yes, because that would be such a fun experience, but I'm going to say no, because I'm afraid of weight gain. So it's like, I definitely did not even think of the weight gain. I was like, what a fun, actually, they asked me how much I wanted, and I said 10. So I could have said 5 if I wanted to.
Okay.
There was 15, and I couldn't give 15 days because of weekends, and I'm not going to, work on weekends and go eat lobster rolls and leave my family by. But I definitely was like, I can do 10. Like, and I think that for us, Leash, we put ourselves in these experiences and go through them and recognize they do not change our weight. They do not, that we live experiences. Look at our Tim Hortons documentary.
I mean, guys, I had this moment. I've shared this before in the past, but I'll share it again. I had this moment. It was like a very introspective moment at Tire Shack Brewery, one of my favorite places in Moncton, New Brunswick. And I had almost said no to a friend to go out for a beer because I wanted a good weigh-in the next day. Or I was like really at a low number, and I knew that if I had like a really good day, I would be lower the next day. It was like a number game. And I was like, no, you want to be the person that goes out for beer. And I like caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror in the bathroom. And I was like, how ridiculous. You are enough right now and worthy of every experience, regardless of what you look like or what you weigh. Did you want to be skinny and at home alone? Or did you want to be living in this body you're living in right now and enjoying your life with your friends at the Tire Shack? And so I chose craft beer. I chose my friends. It's like, sometimes you're going to say no to everything. You're going to be skinny and alone at your home. No.
Yeah. That's boring.
That's boring.
And I love that. I love that example. I also think that it's so people panic when we tell them that they can go for craft beer and lose the weight or whatever. And they're afraid of almost trying that out. And it's that's what is limiting them.
100%. This is what you guys need to do. If you're listening to this and you're like, yeah, but how do I get to the point where I can say yes and not feel panicked? You need to push yourself to experience that.
Yeah.
And then you'll realize, okay, wow, I did that. And you push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, and then you keep going. And then a couple years go by and you're like, I didn't even like when they asked you, you didn't even blink. 5 years ago, Jose,
I would have not done it for sure. 5 years ago. I actually almost even just I think it was 2 years ago when they asked me to eat for one day lobster rolls. I remember noise crept in. And I still said yes, because I'm like, you're being ridiculous. But I thought of the weight that I would gain by eating. It was like you ate 4 lobster rolls, kind of one after the other, but you don't finish the whole plate. You try them. And I was still weird about it, about the weight I might gain this time. I'm like 10 different restaurants, 10 different days. Let's do this. And it's because of experience.
100% experience.
Yeah.
Experience.
Yeah. And someone might say to you, when you said, I go to the restaurant and I eat what I want, I've had people say to me, well, if I go all the time, what I want is always a burger and fries. Try it. If you went every single day, you wouldn't always want that. I think we want all the things all the time. I did a live on that on my personal Insta, and it was great. And I also talked about it in the French community. I said, we want permission.
100%.
And when I sit at a restaurant, I have permission to eat all the pasta, all the whatever, but I know I'll feel like shit because I feel so full. I don't want to be the person that feels full after my meal. So I go and choose the salad because I love salad. But it's a salad that has a lot of cheese, a lot of sauce, a lot of nuts. It has a lot of calories, but I actually choose the salad over the pasta just because it makes me feel and who I want to be as well. And so I think that we've just never given ourselves the permission to be who we want to be. We've always just, when we diet, we live through certain rules that have gotten us weight loss, and we've never been able to be ourselves and lose weight.
And so as you guys are listening to this, really maybe think about your own choices. And are there, have you been saying no to experiences or no to food, but feeling bad for yourself, feeling deprived? And the sole purpose of you saying no is for a number on the scale on the Saturday or for weight loss. I want you to reconsider your choices and your thoughts if you see yourself doing that often, because whether you realize it or not, you could be putting yourself on a diet. And you do not need to be on a diet in order to lose weight.
Oh, I'm going to end it there because that was beautiful.
Okay.
So I guess you guys, right now it is Monday. You have about 5-6 days to purchase the shoes. Actually just 5, because on Friday we're going to close it off because we're going to send the link to everyone on Saturday morning. So please, 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 please do this right now. Send yourself an email. Maybe you're like listening and you're like, but just send yourself an email, buy Choose You ticket. The link is everywhere. The link is it's actually attached to this podcast, but it's also like on our Instagram, on our Facebook, like send us a DM if you can't even find it. You do not want to miss this amazing show. We love entertaining you and making you laugh. So have a great and fantastic day, week, and do not miss Thursday's podcast with Jeff and Old Man Hawking.
Can't wait.
Bye, guys.
Bye.